Long Ash greetings and salutations. A Long Ash snappy salute. Semper delectatio. Always pleasure. America's alpha male, front and center. And when we talk about your cigars, you spend a lot of money on your cigars. You go out, buy great cigars, you put your cigars in a humidor, but one of the most important elements of maintaining the freshness of your cigars, to properly age the cigars, to keep them over years and years, is proper temperature and humidity. And our first guests know everything there is about keeping your cigars at the right temperature and humidity. They have created the Cigar Oasis. We've talked about it on the Cigar Dave show many times over many years. It's an easy set it and forget it solution. It is my pleasure to welcome Al Foundas, the creator, the inventor of Cigar Oasis, here to Broadcast Plaza 1A. Nice to see you, Al.
Nice to be here.
Absolutely. Fellow Florida resident, and you came down from Fort Myers, Naples, to from hot to hotter.
Hot to hotter is right.
And this time of year we have to be very careful because most of the country, almost all parts of the country, is very warm, and you got to make sure you regulate that temperature and that humidity properly, and we'll talk about that. We've also got Chaim Kohn of Cigar Oasis, one of the masterminds behind the new Wi-Fi system and some of their high-tech humidification devices. We will talk to him in just a few moments. But Al, I always tell people always tell me, they say, you know, I need to get a good humidification system. My humidifier or my cigars are too dry, they're too wet. I'm not getting the right temp, I'm not getting the right humidity. And the first thing I tell them is they need a digital thermometer / hygrometer.
That's correct. And this is a digital hygrometer thermometer.
It's easy. And it's got both things, because let's face it, a lot of times when you buy a humidor, it comes with those little analog devices, throw them out, they're junk.
That's correct.
They don't work. And people tell me, I don't understand it. It reads 100%, and yet my cigars are still dry. I don't get that. Why is that? Because they're wrong. So the key is you want a digital hygrometer thermometer, and the standard we use is ballpark 70 degrees at 70% humidity, relative humidity.
Relative humidity.
And if the temperature gets above 75, you can have tobacco beetles that'll patch. And if you get above 75% humidity, you have to bring the temperature so far down that you can't get that relative humidity of 70%. You're
going to get mold.
You get mold, and we don't want that. We don't want beetles, and we don't want mold. So let's talk about the Cigar Oasis, because when you invented that, that is revolutionary. Set it and forget it.
Yeah, we started in 1977 introducing... 97, sorry. 77 is a little too early. And basically, the unit was developed by 3 chemical engineers, myself and 2 other friends. And we introduced it into the show in 98. The whole idea here is we're chemical engineers and we knew a lot about humidity. And what we wanted to do is make a device that did more than just humidify. It did actually blow the air into the box, circulate the air, and be able to humidify the cigars efficiently. So we picked the best sensor that was available in the market, and we designed the unit so that it fit to replace about 8 cigars at that time. Since then, we went and developed the product into 4 different areas. One for the 150 cigar humidifier, for the 300 cigar humidifier, for the 1,000 cigar humidifier, and then for the freestanding cabinets that a lot of the distributors and people in homes put in these days.
So you've got everything from the small humidor all the way up to a walk-in humidor.
Not quite a walk-in humidor, but we can certainly handle 800 square feet.
Well, that 800 square feet, by most accounts, if somebody's going to put a humidor in their house, that's a pretty good size humidor.
That is a good humidor.
That'll handle that.
Yeah.
And what is the... Basically, you have a battery-operated unit, and then you also have an electric power unit.
Yeah, well, let me answer that. We've come a long way since '97. Now, like Al mentioned, we have 4 different models, and this year we're releasing the next generation of Cigar Oasis. We have 4 different models. I'm holding the Ultra 2.0, which is the newly revised version of the Ultra. It can now easily do anywhere from 50 to 100 sticks, and right now it is actually running on battery mode, and you can see the screen is live. And in
now
addition,
it says 22.9. That would be the humidity.
In the room here.
In the room. And if we went outside right now, ultra low humidity, it's like 13% outside. So you can see how being in environments such as the desert, you really have to make sure that humidification device is working. Otherwise, your cigars are going to dry out very rapidly.
Yeah.
Especially here in Arizona.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
So covering every humidor, from the 50 way up to the large cabinets, the main ingredient here is circulation. There's lots of other devices out there, passive and non-passive, which claim to have two-way regulation. But without circulation, not every cigar will get an equal distribution. That will affect how they smoke. And like you said, you spend so much on cigars, they deserve to be treated correctly. This is a bit of an initial investment, but it absolutely pays off.
Well, think about it. People will go out and spend $7, $8, $10, $15, $20 a cigar. There's nothing worse than spending that money on a cigar, and then you go to smoke it a couple of weeks later, and it's dry. It's like a piece of firewood. What is the entry model that you have there is the Ultra, correct?
Yes, Ultra 2.0. And the primary thing we're bringing today is the Wi-Fi attachment.
But before that, what's the suggested retail for the Ultra?
$119.
$119. So for $119, you know, you put that in your humidor, and all you have to do is change. There's a water cartridge there,
it comes
correct?
pre-filled, and it's treated with an antifungal agent. There's no loose water, so there's no spillage of any kind. It's lid-mounted, this one. And this will last you 3 months before you need to refill it. Our next model up is the XL, and that you can actually get 6 months of use without needing to do anything. So people will actually have secondary humidors in country homes, and they can rest assured that the cigars are well taken care of without doing anything.
And that also runs on AC power or USB power?
Yeah, and our signature use of the electronic ribbon, which snakes through the back of any humidor, so you don't lose any humidity. I remember when I first bought mine before I met Al, I thought, oh, I'd have to drill a hole through the humidor and figure out, no, it comes with an electronic ribbon, and it's extremely simple to set up, but now we also have the lithium-ion rechargeable battery feature for areas that don't have power available.
And how long will that lithium
About
battery?
2 weeks before you need to recharge it, yeah.
And you said that's 3 months on replacing that water cartridge?
Refilling, you don't need to replace it.
Oh, you're going to refill it?
Just refill it.
With distilled water?
Distilled water, no 50-50 stuff.
Now you said there's some sort of agent, an antifungal agent.
That's already treated at the factory.
It's all treated?
Yeah.
And how many times can you refill that?
About 8 times before you need to replace it.
So really, when you think about that, you're going to get almost 2 years of use out of that.
That's right.
With one cartridge.
That's right.
That's beautiful. And distilled water, a gallon will last you probably 10 years in that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, now you have taken it even further high-tech because you set it and forget it. It's all digital. But now people may be traveling. People are out of the house. They want to check on the status of their beloved cigars in their humidor, and you've got a way to do it.
Let me say before he shows you that, we tried to think, what is the industry, what does the user need to do? And with today's technology, we invested into the area of redoing the whole product line with the latest technology, with the latest connectors, with the latest sensors, in order to make them the most reliable devices for measuring and controlling humidification. And one of the things that we did was to make it so that you have the ability to see your humidity anywhere in the world. And I'll let Chaim go into that with his Wi-Fi explanation.
This is my humidor running in my own living room back in Brooklyn, and I'll just click on that. And in real time, I can actually adjust the set to point with these arrows. This is my phone, but you can
let's keep that nice and still so people can see that, because it's available not only for the iPhone, but also an iPad or an Android device. So,
this isn't actually an Android tablet.
And in fact, I'll tell you what, there that is right there. But let's do it on the iPhone first, since you've got it right in front of you, and then we'll do it on the...
So say I decide I just want to raise the set point by 2. If someone was at my house right now, they could check the screen, the LCD on my humidifier.
So it's set to 72% humidity.
Yeah. And it updates every hour.
And right now your humidity is 70. Let's tilt that just a little bit. There, 71.3%. And the air temperature, I can't read that from here, is what, about 88 degrees?
78.
78.
Yeah, what's on Celsius?
Oh, it's on Celsius, or is that Fahrenheit? No. If it's 78, we're going to have to...
No, that's a problem. That's a problem.
That is a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Now, here's the cool thing. We have a problem, and he knows about it because he can monitor every hour.
And I tell you why. It is extremely hot in Brooklyn. I didn't leave my AC on. That's exactly why it's happening.
That's right. So now you have to bring the humidity down to probably about 68%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do it right now for us.
Or I'll call my ex-girlfriend to go in there and...
No. You've got the Wi-Fi right there, so you can do it right on your mobile app.
Just reduce your humidity.
So show how you would bring that down to 68%
right
now.
Here. Just like that.
Just press the button.
Yep. Yeah. And I can actually see up to 1 month of history, both humidity and temperature, through some user-friendly graphs here. On the computer, I can see up to 1 year, so I can compare last year's winter to this one. And I can actually get an email or text alert if the humidity has not reached the set point within 3 hours or it needs to be refilled.
Now, the app is free, but you purchase the Wi-Fi attachment.
Yeah, so any next generation Cigar Oasis device is capable to have the Cigar Oasis Wi-Fi attachment for it. Retails at $79, and the app is no subscription at all, just completely free use.
And you can operate up to 5 of your Cigar Oasis off one Wi-Fi device?
No. Each device would need its own Wi-Fi attachment.
But
you can have an unlimited amount of devices on your account.
Okay. But on the app, you can do up to 5 devices?
No, as many as you want. I just happen to have 5.
Okay, as many as devices
as you want. In fact, we have some distributors that are going to be using this at golf course pro shops, where they would ordinarily call the shops every 2 weeks to remind them to refill it. Well, they can actually just log on and see what's going on with them, and that's in the hundreds.
That's magnificent, because now, again, we make a huge investment in cigars. If you buy a box of cigars at your retailer, let's just say a box of 20 at $6, it's $120. The last thing you want to do is make that investment, spend all that money, and then over a period of time you find out that they're dry, they're done. So this is a perfect way, when you think about it, $119 for the unit, and how much is the Wi-Fi? $79. So for less than $200, figure if you amortize that over like 5 years, as Ron Popeil would say, that's just pennies a day.
That's true.
To make sure that your cigars are properly humidified.
Yep.
That is a very cool. Al, you never stop thinking of new devices to keep our cigars in good shape.
I think I'm getting older, but not necessarily dry in my thinking about how to make cigars taste better.
There you go. And we want to keep those cigars at the right obvious temperature and humidity. Give us the website for people to go so they can get more information.
Yeah, cigaroasis.com. Check your local retailer. We really encourage that you go to your bricks and mortar store and ask them to get one if they are not already selling it. We're on Facebook and Twitter. Please follow us. On YouTube, we have some really easy setup videos and promo videos to educate yourself on the product.
And your Twitter is @cigar_oasis.
That's right.
@cigar_oasis, cigaroasis.com. Chaim Kohn, Al Foundas of Cigar Oasis. I'll tell you what, being in the desert, it'd be nice to have a little oasis going on here. So great to have you, gentlemen, and I got to stop and pick one up for my personal multiple humidors back in the Cigar City.